Sean Applegate here, 10th Planet Atlanta, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Black Belt. I'm back with another episode of Coach's Corner for you guys. In this episode, we're going to talk about cornering in the Coach's Corner. So it's one of the things that people talk to me about a lot with my own like sort of skill set and coaching is cornering. I go to tournaments with my guys a lot. I'm kind of always at tournaments with my guys, and I'm cornering them, and people hear and they're like, oh man, like whenever you corner, you know, it's different, you know, you're calm, you're this or that or whatever. So what I thought I would do is make a video for you guys on what I believe to be the key elements to that skill set so that you guys can then develop your own sort of cornering skill set as a coach. So there are the two main things I think when it comes to being a corner. You have your efficiency and your effectiveness. You want to be an effective corner, but you also want to be an efficient corner, and it's for different reasons. In my opinion, I don't really think just me personally, I don't really spend any time focusing on any skill development that doesn't solve a problem. So like, I don't try to develop skills that don't solve problems for me. Because if you were just out here like developing skills randomly, even if they have no application to your life, then, you know, who knows what you would be doing or how good you could even really get at any one thing. So the reason that we need to be efficient and effective is because it saves us from some of the common pitfalls of being a coach and a corner. So first of all, we're going to talk about being an effective corner. An effective corner is someone who is cornering an athlete, and everything that they say and do from that corner helps that athlete move closer to winning the match. Okay. So that means that you're giving them advice that's helping them technically. That means you're giving them advice that's helping them mentally. Okay. So as you're, you know, watching, you're looking for, do they have tunnel vision? Are they panicking? Do they not know what to do in this position? Those are the things you're looking for when you're an effective corner. All right. So an effective corner may say, look, this guy's leaning hard to his left. When he steps forward, I want you to try to off balance him in that direction. Yada, yada, yada. That's technical advice. And if you say that, then you're going to be an effective corner if the information you're giving is good, you know, and that comes with like knowledge of jiu-jitsu and spending time watching matches and things like that. But with that being said, being an effective corner is number one. Once you're an effective corner, now it's about being an efficient corner. Okay. And being an efficient corner is a little bit different. An efficient corner is going to be a corner that can deliver the information without like messing up anything else that's going on out there. So like if I'm telling you to bridge and roll, for instance, like, hey, if I say, hey, you got to bridge and roll, how I say that is going to come down to my cornering efficiency, essentially. If I say, you got to bridge and roll now, you got to go now. If I say that, what's going to end up happening is he's going to try the bridge and roll most likely, but he's also going to start to panic a little bit because I'm being frantic and I'm panicking and I'm not delivering the information well. And so it's an inefficient way of telling him to bridge and roll because it loses its efficiency in the way that it makes him panic a little bit, which is another problem for an effective coach. Now your guy's panicking and you have to start coaching him in a way that brings him back from that panic, right? So as you're coaching, you're giving them good information, but you're also monitoring those three things. Is he panicking? Does he have tunnel vision? Does he understand the technique that he needs to do to get out of here? Those are your three struggles that you have to overcome as an effective coach. An efficient coach needs to be able to deliver those without screwing up any of the other things. You know what I'm saying? If a guy is like panicking a little bit out there and you're more frantic than he is, that's not going to help him at all. You have to be calm. You have to deliver that information in a way that's not going to add to that. If he's getting tunnel vision, you have to be able to draw him out of that tunnel vision without A, screwing up the techniques that are happening at the time, and then B, adding to his panic. So if he's got tunnel vision, you know, saying things like, stop attacking that ankle lock, stop doing that. Okay, but you didn't give him any technical advice though. So if he stops doing the ankle lock, yeah, he broke the tunnel vision, but now he doesn't know what to do at all. And so now technically he's lost, and that's another one of the three problems, right? And all three of them balance out evenly, right? If you screw up the tunnel vision thing, oftentimes you'll end up not having technical direction. If you screw up giving them technical advice, a lot of times you can send them into a panic, you know? And if, you know, you're trying to pull them out of a panic, you can end up giving them tunnel vision by basically saying, like, if they're panicking the bottom of a mount and you say, all right, man, listen, you got to calm down. You got to get that elbow inside. You got to frame. You got to put, and then they start trying one mount escape because they're panicking and they're just on autopilot. You know what I mean? And now they're on tunnel vision and you didn't, you know, communicate that well. What you have to do at all times, if you want to be efficient and effective, is give them information that doesn't disrupt the other two variables while you're correcting the third. Right? So and it's about how you deliver that. And you need to deliver it in a direct way. You need to deliver it in a calm way. It doesn't matter if you have to be loud. Sometimes you'll be at tournaments where there's 1 million people and it's loud and you have to yell. But just because you have to yell doesn't mean you have to put any kind of frustrated emotion behind the voice. You know, sometimes you have to yell just because it's loud. That doesn't mean you have to, you know, have that aggression in your voice that sends your athlete into a panic. Because what you guys have to understand is, as coaches, when your athletes are competing, sure, they're thinking about themselves, they're thinking about their opponents, but a lot of athletes are thinking about you, and they're thinking about their teammates as well. You know, how many athletes, those of you that are coaches, or even those of you that are athletes yourselves, how many of you guys have competed, and then your athlete or you yourself as the competitor go to your coach and you say, I'm sorry that I lost, you know? And then hopefully your coaches said, well, you don't have to apologize to me, man. It was your match. Like, nobody really cares whether you win or lose except you. We're just here to get better. You know what I mean? Caring about winning and losing only matters at the highest level. At the lowest level, it's just about skill development. And even at the highest level, it's about skill development too. But, you know, when there's 20 grand on the line, there's 20 grand on the line. So nobody trying to lose that. I would care too. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that basically, when it comes down to it, you guys, they're thinking about you, you know. So if you're being frantic from the corner, they're thinking to themselves, oh man, I'm letting my coach down. He's getting upset with me. They don't need to be thinking about you and being upset with them at all during their match. So if you're calm and you're collected the whole time, that thought goes flying out of their mind. You know what I mean? And they're also more apt to listen to you at that point. So the more calm you are, the more calm it makes them, the more ready they are to receive that information. An athlete who simply needs technical guidance, who's not panicking, doesn't have tunnel vision, is going to perform at a much higher level than an athlete that's dealing with any percentage of panic or tunnel vision, right? An athlete who doesn't, an athlete who's panicking can't do any of that, you know? If all they need is technical assistance, then that's going to be the easiest way to corner them, right? And so it's all in your efficiency. If you have bad efficiency in the corner, you're going to cause more problems than you help in most cases, right? In most cases. I've literally seen athletes and coaches get into arguments before. I've seen them argue in the match. I've seen them argue after the match because of how aggressive the coach was. Okay. Now, there are athletes out there that are relatively uncoachable. And if you're one of those athletes and you're watching this and I don't care what they say to me, I'm going to do what I want anyway, that's fine. That's totally fine. What I would say to you is I would implore you to do some tape study on some of the best guys in the world and their coaches and how their coaches talk to them and how they respond to their coaches, because at the highest level, not having a coach is detrimental. It's absolutely detrimental. There's a reason that in all mainstream high-level sports there are coaches, okay? And in jiu-jitsu, there's a reason that all the highest-level guys have coaches with them, all right? I think that this relationship just isn't cultivated that much. And like, as you guys know, I'm doing this video series because there's not a lot of coaching resources out there, and I'm hoping that maybe I can shed some light, especially for those of you that have seen me corner and come up to me and said things to me in the past about my cornering and listening to me coach and stuff like that. In reality, the reason that it seems like my guys do exactly what I say and then like I'm giving them technical advice the whole time is because we've already cultivated the panic and tunnel vision and stuff out, and I'm doing everything that I can to be the best corner. I'm doing everything I can to keep them from panicking or getting that tunnel vision in their match. Basically, guys, the two things about being a corner that really matter, you need to work on how effective you are and how efficient you are. You know, if your athletes are ending up in positions that you don't understand, you need to go research them and try to understand them. I do studies all the time on positions that I'll never use. You know, I do studies all the time on stuff that I can't use at all, wouldn't ever use in jiu-jitsu. Don't even necessarily expect my guys to get stuck there. It's just that I can't leave a stone unturned. You know, I can't have one of my guys get stuck in a position and then me not have the technical advice for them, because that's literally what they're counting on me for, right? And so work on how effective you are as a coach. Study the game. Watch as many matches as you can. Try to understand what's going on. Listen to the other coaches and how they talk to their athlete. The other thing is, once you get that down, once you're an effective corner and you feel like you're giving good technical advice, work on how efficient you can deliver that advice. Keep yourself calm, even when things get crazy out there. You know, we just had a guy, one of the purple belts that trains with us, a young guy, 21, 22. He just had a match where a guy was trying to hurt him. He was trying to knee him. He tried to jump on him and drop his knees on his head, stuff like that. It was at a fight to win. And in that moment, if you guys, it was on Fight to Win, so it's on Floor. His name's Sam McCord. It was Fight to Win Atlanta that just happened. If you guys were to watch that, you would hear me I was sitting right next to the commentary booth. You'll hear me in the corner telling him, look, we don't do that. Do not behave that way. Keep your calm. Keep your head in there, brother. You got this. And he got really flustered. Who wouldn't? If some guy was jumping over your guard trying to knee you in the head, who really wouldn't get flustered by that, you know? He was getting extremely flustered, and I can't blame him for that. But he stayed calm, And eventually, the guy exhausted himself from fighting so hard, and Sam was able to take his back and finish with a rear naked choke. And it was a beautiful thing. And Sam looked great. He looked like he handled that with class, you know, and with skill. And I couldn't say more about the kid. You know, he's doing great. But I can say that the moment that I saw Sam start to get a little flustered, my coaching changed from direct technical coaching to getting him out of the state of panic, getting straight out of that state of panic. You know, who knows what would have happened if I had been out there, you know, yelling at the referee or just not paying attention or whatever. You know, Sam might have hit the kid. Who really knows? You know, it's a lot to ask someone to deal with something like that. So I'm not saying Sam as a person. You know, I'm saying even me as a person. If someone was doing that to me, it would be very hard for me to restrain myself while somebody was doing stuff like that. So all I'm saying is as a coach, you guys want to be efficient, you want to be effective, and that's what we're going to work on. So if you guys, as usual, if you guys ever have any questions about this kind of stuff, you can message me directly. My Instagram is right here on the screen. You guys see that? You guys can message me. We'll talk about whatever. And, I appreciate everything that you guys do, as usual. Also, let's give it up for these beautiful people right here. If you guys like this content, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, turn on notifications, and if you do, comment Noti Gang under the video, and I'll shout you guys out also in the next video. So as usual, thank you guys for everything. Peace.